Hello, my name is David Merrill. I'm here presenting our business plan for the Enthusiasts Web Pages group of the FSE 301 class. To start out, I just want to introduce how our concept was seeded. Essentially, we got the idea from an advertising web page that was posted online by, we think, a student a few years ago called $1 Million Homepage. It's at www.milliondollarhomepage.com. He essentially sold just one page worth of advertising space, no gaps from one advertisement to the next. You can see it on our PowerPoint here. $1 per pixel. You had just over 1 million pixels on the page, and so someone would just request, there's a phone number on the top, they would just simply request a certain amount of space, give him the file, he posts it, it was a link to another site. And so each one of these individual ads is just a link to another site. We wanted to use that concept and actually be able to target it more to create an actual viable business plan from that. And so what we have done, our concept here, is to create a whole new advertising medium that is essentially disguised as a type of fan-based site for specific interest groups. Or specific hobbies. The idea is that the same as that $1 Million homepage where the advertisement would just link you to a certain site, if you had a specific interest group, let's say everyone likes rock climbing, and there's a fan-based site of sorts about rock climbing, that to be able to get to other sites to create content, to get information about other products, it's all just links, and so the advertisements are the content, and the content is the advertisement for our entire page. And so we would try to attract users, or essentially fans to this site through online social mediums, such as Facebook and Twitter, to be able to get a user base, and then also use business-to-business telemarketing sales to actually sell businesses on the concept of advertising using our space. And creating content there. Another aspect that we want to include is allowing significant user interaction with the site, so there's user input, so that it organically grows to be what that specific interest group or hobby group wants their site to be, but within the context of us still being able to sell advertising. At that point, as long as it works well with one or two sites, then you duplicate the process. You grab another interest group or another hobby group, you create a whole new site, but on the same platform, on the same basis, and so it becomes easier as you go, and you can duplicate numerous times, to every essential, fan-based group or interest group that exists, that spends money on products. At that point, we would want to be able to link all of these sites together on a main page, and also use a similar naming structure so that it creates brand awareness for our type of site. That way people that value one of the sites will then be led to use others because it's a similar, familiar product and structure. And so that's basically the general concept. As we get further into this, we're going to be able to expand what we think the business will be able to grow into. Next, we have my colleague Mila. She is going to discuss how the business will be able to grow over time into different markets using what we call the sunflower model. Mila?
Thank you. All right. So basically, we started with finding the need first. And the core of the business, the way we named it, is revolutionize desired information access. So that's what it's all going to be about. For us to first to come up with the concept, we're trying to find the need, what's really is needed right now out there that's related to our business. So the first thing that we noticed, because of the extensive internet access in recent years, the online advertising is in high demand. So our tool will be very useful because of that. Other needs for our customers, we will be targeting a specific customer base, and it will be very helpful for our clientele because basically we'll be offering target customers that already will be kind of interested in their product. So it will be, it's a good news. The next need that we kind of highlighted is the fact that we will offer the information, very easy access to the information, and the big grasp, the picture that customers will have from it will be helpful as well. The future prospect that we we're trying to develop along the way is different applications that we can use, new Facebook type look that we can create, new search engine that will be using our concept, location-based search, and a lot of electronic products that can come out of this idea. So the next person, Colin, will be talking more about the technological part of it and prospects that we're going to have. So,
hello, my name is Colin Taylor and I will be discussing the technology roadmap of our group. Originally, we came up with the idea of making a website for advertisers to find people who are trying to be enthusiasts in their specific categories. For example, rock climbing. If someone is trying to become a rock climber, they can go onto our site, find the rock climbing subcategory, and find information about rock climbing, including companies and other things that maybe areas around that they're trying to look for. The second idea we came up with for our website was a localized directory, which was mostly if someone was new to a town, like they move there and they're having trouble finding a local doctor, a local pub, a local restaurant, that you would actually, it'd be almost like Yelp, where you can go in and find anything around and it could help you find all of that and give you information, phone numbers, and email addresses and addresses. And the final thing we decided to develop would be a mobile application, which combines all of the previous points. So it's easier if you only have your phone that you can pull up the enthusiast website where it has the advertising. Or you can find the localized directory if you're in your car and trying to find the local doctor that you're trying to reach. And since I and our other teammate Nate have programming experience, that the only major projects we need for this are to learn how to use PHP or CSS coding for the websites and Objective-C mostly for the mobile applications, including Apple, iPhone, and Android-based phones. And for the most part, these stuffs are very similar to each other, and it shouldn't be much harder to learn this, but that's all we really need for the technology of our project. And I would like to pass it off to Nate, who is going to discuss the 5-year plan for our project.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel Demler, and I'm going to be doing a brief overview of our 5-year plan. And after our 5-year plan overview, we will shrink it down into our 1-year plan, or essentially our most important year. And our main goal within 5 years, we expect to have 100 different enthusiast pages with $50,000 revenue per year. So, in the first year of our product, we expect to build our full management team as well as our employee hierarchy. And by the end of the first year, we expect to complete our first 3 pages. By the end of the 3rd year, we expect to accomplish and complete 10 different pages ranging of completely different materials, such as Mac computer software, to hunting equipment, to fishing equipment, to whatever. And as well as by the end of the 3rd year, we expect to be #1 in those different niches. By the end of the 4th year, we expect to have 50 different pages as well as a 2% market cap. Rounding out the 5th year, we expect to have 100 complete pages with a $5 million revenue annually, as well as be a top 5 web advertisement company. So that is our 5-year strategic plan. Now to narrow our first year down into something broader, and which is pretty important, here's Kara Pirelli.
Hi, I'm Kara, and as Nate just said, we're taking that 5-year strategic plan he had and actually making our goals more specific in the first year. And within that, we broke our year into 4 quarters. Within the first quarter, we hope to have our management team completely built. We also want to start thinking about setting up our facility and organizing it, and also starting to build some employee hierarchy. By the end of the second quarter, we want to have our facility 100% set up and organized with employee hierarchy established, and we also want to do a mock trial page and have that up by the end of the second quarter. In the third quarter, we want to take that trial page and start making something out of it. We want to go through and fix any programming errors in any part of the design, and make sure that all those get fixed. We also want to start thinking about marketing. We want to create our first advertisement and see how that works out, maybe create some more. We also expect to have our first client about midway through the third quarter, and try to have 5 clients by the end of the third quarter. In our last quarter of the first year, we want to get our first 10 clients, and our main goal by the end of the first year is to complete our first enthusiast page. And now David will wrap it up.
Thanks, Kara.
Yep.
So why are we telling you all this? In the first year, all of these activities, because of the tools and skills that we already have as a team, we will be able to essentially create all of our content that we need in the first year just by bootstrapping, by using our own time, talents, and resources. At that point, we will need to greatly expand. If we're going to go into 10 pages and be selling advertisement to enough companies for that many different products, we're going to need a strong telesales force. And so we will need some initial capital infusement. And so we are just getting the information out there to ask you to preliminarily think about contributing and investing in this plan. We're looking specifically for a goal of $50,000 to be coming in at the end of the second year, beginning of the first year. So we're looking for 10 different individuals to contribute $5,000 in exchange for 1% equity in the business. It poses an enormous opportunity, an enormous upside, with a very small investment of $5,000. If you would be willing, please contact us at our initial page, which is www.enthusiasthomepages.com. You'll be able to get contact information from there. Thank you.